Hi everyone. Today I am going to use the wide lens in order to film, and I am going to work just core. So we're doing core, we're using our ball, and I wanted you to get a good view of my back body and my center. So there's this misconception that to get into our deep core muscles, we have to just like pound and like go balls deep in, right? And just like push, 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 and go fast, go hard. The thing is that actually is not the best way to activate those muscles and to strengthen them and to see results. So I'm going to take you through some slow movements and through some concepts that'll help you, feel the muscles a little bit more when you're actually doing core work in any setting. So first, we're gonna lie down. I'm gonna lie down all the way onto my mat. I wanna bring my feet hip distance apart, toes facing forward, heels facing towards my seat here. And then I'm gonna place the ball in between my inner thighs. Now, inner thighs are our adductors, right? We are using our adductor muscles and we are working through the inner thighs. When we're getting into the outer thighs, those are our abductors. So adductors, abductors, we want to use both, right? We want to get into both of them because they're both going to help us activate our deep core muscles. Our inner thighs are the gateway to our lower abdominals. And if you think about it, the outer thighs help with activation of the glutes. They help with getting ourselves in this stable posture and stable situation. And of course, core is directly related to that. So your toes forward, heels towards your seat. A ball is in between your thighs. Knees are in line with your hips, shoulders, and ears. Now, you're gonna relax the belly. I want you to let it all go. Just relax. Don't squeeze your ball, let everything go. And when you think about it, if you wanna visually imagine, your diaphragm is dropping and your pelvic floor, right? We're not lifting up from our pelvic floor, we're allowing our pelvic floor to relax. Now, if you wanna think of your pelvic floor as a kind of round, like a bowl, right, that has water in it, or maybe something like your favorite cereal in it, and you wanna think of when you activate your pelvic floor, that bowl is maintaining that liquid or whatever you got in your bowl there without spilling forward or back. That would indicate you're going through an anterior or posterior tilt, right? You wanna find neutral position, that's the key. Neutral position, keep the water in the bowl. Neutral pelvis will help you create a neutral spine. If you start from a neutral and you're not in an anterior, see if I'm an anterior, I'm going to arch my back, and now my back body is not in a neutral position. If I'm in a posterior, same thing. I want to maintain connection with my mat, with my back body. So toes are forward, heels towards your seat. And instead of looking up at the ceiling, because you're gonna strain your neck, right? We want to look down the roof of our nose. My ponytail got in the way. Roof down our nose. Hold it here. Hands by your side. So I inhale, release everything. I'm not flopping open my knees. As I exhale, I press down through the roots of my feet, right? All four corners of my feet. I feel my tailbone gliding against the mat towards the heels. That's actually not a movement, but the energy is. It's an energetic movement. My heels towards my tush, right? Towards my sit bones, hold. Inner thighs are engaged, right? I'm using my adductors here, hold, and my rib cage is closed, pulling my belly button in as well. When my rib cage closes, I have more space to pull my belly button in towards my spine. And then inhale, I release it all. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. So if you notice, it's slow, and watch that you can take your full breath in. We want to release just like we want to engage. It shouldn't be just all one or the other. Now, what you'll also see and you feel is that you have a lot more opportunity there. You feel your corset muscles, which are your transverse abdominals, wrapping around. You feel a deeper connection with belly button pulling in towards spine. You feel your pelvic floor lift and hold the water, right? But your tailbone is, and your sit bones are reaching towards your heels. You're trying to get them to reach towards your heels and your heels towards your tailbone and towards your seat. Hold. That's gonna really fire up the legs and again, help with creating that stabilization. Now, let's do 4 more. This is a great exercise to do once you start your workouts, once your doctor gives clearance to workouts after having a baby. This is a great postnatal exercise. You start to feel that fire, really fire in your center. You're feeling that the control, that activation, and you're also feeling the release. 2, 1 more time. And release. Now we're going to bring our legs into reverse tabletop. So my knees are tracking over my pubic bone, right? My heels are in line with my knees. And my feet are flexed. I'm holding it there, hands by my side. Hold, hold, hold. So now I want to take the pressure off my hip flexor. So again, I'm trying to shift through that neutral pelvis. Watching out for an anterior tilt, right? Anterior tilt, I'll have a lot of pressure on my tailbone. I'll feel that lengthening here in my abdominal wall, that you'll just feel heaviness, stickiness. I want to draw that slight little tilt to keep the water there, neutral, right? And I feel my tailbone, yes, it's on the mat, but it's not being pressed. There's no weight being pressed on it. It's sitting there, right? And I'm feeling my transverse abdominals really connecting to that, for that stabilization. Hold. Now again, I'm going to squeeze and inhale, release, exhale. Find that engagement, contraction, inhale, release. Now feeling, again, the transverse abdominals, your corset or your cummerbund wrapping around for 5 and 4. Last 3 and 2. 1 more time. And 1, lower your feet down. Really good, you guys. Now let's take it to a turnout position. So your heels click together and your toes are facing the opposite way. So you're here and we're gonna add a little squeeze of the ball and inhale, release. And when you squeeze, remember, you're activating, drawing the ribcage down, pulling your belly in, zipping that imaginary zipper from your pubic bone to your belly button. So really thinking about your pelvic floor as that imaginary zipper as you're lifting up, because our pelvic floor actually is lifting up to hold our uterus and our bladder, right? And just think of that zipper, boom. So there's water there, or you can think of the bowl carrying organs. 4 more, and 3, 2 more, 1 more time, and release. Now we're here, reverse tabletop. So again, working the front half, the outer parts as well, and hands by your side. Exhale, inhale, release, exhale, inhale, release. Give me 6 more. Again, I'm staying connected here. Even if you put your hands on your belly, you should feel that activation, right? We're not pushing into our abdominal wall. We're not puffing out. We're trying to relax everything. And then as we exhale, diaphragm lifts, pelvic floor engages, so your zipper zips up, your rib cage draws down, belly button pulls in. 2, 1 more time, 1, and release. Untuck, unclick the heels. Here we go, let's draw our knees into our chest, give ourselves a nice little hug here. Woohoo! Very good, you guys, very, very good. And bring it down. Now, next part, you're gonna place the ball in between your ankles and toes forward, heels towards your seat. So from here, we're gonna lift our legs up, hold, squeeze the ball, squeeze the ball. Keep going, neutral, for 6 and 5. Last 4, 3 more, 2, 1, and then lower down. Squeeze and hold, 8, again, 6, 4, 5, last 4, 3 more, 2, and 1. heels click together. But you see the ball is in between your heels, so you're gonna actually kind of try to squeeze towards the ball. So we'll start from here. We squeeze the ball and we try to bring our knees in and open it out, right? Small movement, so again, working through pelvic floor, finding that lift as the rib cage lowers down. Don't just flop the knees open, relax. In 4, for 3, we'll come into reverse tabletop in this turnout position 2, and 1. Come up into that reverse tabletop, heels in line with your knees, and again, flex your feet, oh yeah. So what we're doing is we're activating our calf muscles, which in turn are firing up our inner thighs, which are the gateway to our lower abdominals. And all the while remembering our corset muscles as we exhale for 5, last 4, and 3, 2 more, and 1. Draw your knees in towards your chest as you flex your feet, bring them into neutral, and then we're gonna extend. Let's start with our left leg out and down and our right knee in towards our armpit. So bypass the rib cage, come in towards and hold. Reach, flex your feet, hold. And then the other side. Yes. So now we're gonna move into an actual sit-up. So this one I would not recommend postpartum, or post, in a postnatal exercise in that first even 6 months. Again, everybody knows their bodies differently. I just would always consult your doctor or your healthcare, your medical practitioner for any advice when it comes to that, because I myself am not a doctor. I can only show you the safe exercises to do, and it is up to you and your doctor to determine when you are cleared for them. So toes forward, heels towards your seat. Now, I want you to remember the same thing we were doing, but also remember that there's no momentum that we're using. Toes forward, heels towards your seat. Take an inhale. As you exhale, squeeze your ball. Now we're gonna add on, looking down the roof of your nose. Inhale, exhale, curl. Pull your belly in, draw belly in. Inhale, lower. Release the squeeze. Exhale. Inhale, lower. Exhale, squeeze. 6 and 5, 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Legs lift. Hold it in reverse tabletop. Lower down. 8, 7. Pull belly in. See knees stay tracking over pubic bone. I'm not trying to jerk my neck. I'm closing my ribs as I draw my belly in. Sternum reaches. I'm going to try to lift myself off my bra for 4 and 3, 2 more, 1 more time, and release down. Woohoo! So now we go in that turnout. Heels click together, knees are tracking over your feet, your ankles. Here we go. Take a deep inhale. Exhale. Squeeze. Inhale. Exhale. When you go slow, you feel that burn, yeah? A little bit more. We're not using momentum. We're stripping everything down. Three more. 2 more. 1 more time. And release. Bring your legs up to reverse tabletop. Same thing. Take a deep breath. Exhale. 3 more. 3, yes. 2, one more time. 1, and release down. Unclick the heels. Oh yes, you can go ahead and take your right knee in, shoulder blades down. We can windshield wipers, gentle and slow. Left knee in. Woohoo. So great low impact way to get into the abs, right? Get into your core again because of the flexion and extension. Working through the sit-ups, highly recommend those for anybody in that you're past that time frame of healing, right? The thing is that we're still healing 2 years after having a baby. I have 18-month-old and I still feel like I need to modify quite a bit with my workouts. So I don't want you to ever think about this as making it easier or you're not prepared or you're not ready. Listen to your body. Those are different stages that you can work through safely activating your core. Now, let's say you have not had a child. You are nowhere near that. Wonderful, awesome, same thing. You use the exercises as a way of gauging where you are and maybe where you're reaching for the future. You don't have to do all of these things. It doesn't mean that you're any less of a person to not do all of them or not be able to. This is a progression. This is a progression over time. So by all means, work first on the activation, work first on really filling your pelvic floor muscles, finding that stabilization of your spine, working on neutral, and then from there start to add on things. A few minutes a day, all you gotta do, 4 or 5 minutes a day. Every day it will feel a little different and we'll slowly start to feel the difference so that the next time you are in a class that is just pounding away at those sit-ups, you know how to reel it in and really get the most out of that workout. Mwah! Great job, you guys. Send me a message, any kind of comments, just helps me get better at serving you guys. Thank you so much.